later. So while they're in their vanilla locations tonight, every level from level 1 to level 9 is going to have a unique map created randomly when the seed was generated.
And the racers have started.
One thing I can tell you is that they will have a sword in the vanilla location. That will not change.
And look at that. We got a... Hold on a second here. Yes. So it looks like Unos and Campfire Bombs is doing the any % route. Where it looks like Random Effect and Mr. Cab is headed up towards... Nope. Random Effect is going towards level 3. Mr. Cab's going towards level 1.
I noticed that Unos is playing, I think that says Marin tonight. I noticed a different set of Moblins on the overworld there. As you see, Enemy Shuffle is on. The Moblins are... Or maybe... No, wait. Yeah, Enemy Shuffle is on, because that's level 1. There's 5 Gibdos hanging around outside level 1. So Enemy Shuffle is on. There are different enemies all over the place as well. Who knows where those boost ropes will be
It looks
tonight.
like in level 3, now this could be a staircase, and it is. Because we have shapes turned on, it means that our dungeons might be segmented.
Oh, we already have Pole's voice in the dungeon.
We got a heart container on Mr. Cab's side. So that's the cellar treasure for Dungeon 1. Ooh, Random Effect taking a death.
That was a very quick and early death. So it looks like we might have a very combat tricky seed already here. He's already running into some difficulty in level 3, and he's out of there.
Oh, we got Patras in level 3.
Oh, that might be the trouble he ran into.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see your Patra.
And Random Effect is back in there. So yeah, we already have Pole's voice in level 1. And Patra's in level 3. This is a good seed.
Oh, this is fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Well, tomorrow's Labor Day for people in, USA and Canada, and Mr. Cab's finding the Triforce in 1.
Locked behind the Pole's voice is what's more. So bow would make that easier, but who knows if we're going to have the bow anytime soon anyway. So that's the easy first Triforce. See if you can hail the Pole's voices. You're out of there, you move on. And you take a sword in the gut. And Mr. Cab is dead.
There's the compass in 3. And this is probably our item room.
It looks like it could be.
Oh, we got ourselves a regular boomerang.
And Random Effect says, no thank you, a sword is good enough. Gonna work his way around.
This early in the seed, it's not the worst thing to find.
He did work his way around to the bombs, pick up the bombs behind the trap. And now we have Danger Noodles. And we have no blocks to clip into. This is extremely dangerous.
The Random Effect making quick work, just needs to take down one of these heads, and it's going to go for both of heads. Yeah, and it's ordered with the map, and everybody name that ink blot.
Yep, it was down to one head left and no body segments, and it worked out well. He could just do it quicker by clearing the head. And yeah, that ink blot, it kind of has a child and parent theme to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can see that. Reminds me of E.T. From, the Atari E.T. game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And the movie as well.
CFB thinking about it, and does the right thing and grabs the nanner.
You gotta have a nanner.
Well, this early on in the seed, it's still useful. You can still stun enemies with it. You can, we're not dealing with HP shuffle, so there's not really any extra utility, and it looks like our floor drop is behind the Patra in level 3.
Oh, Patra's not something you want to see a floor drop behind. They can be annoying to take out with a wooden sword.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of hits, and it's just not fun.
Yeah, this is definitely a heavy combat dungeon. But getting it over and done with now is probably the best.
Technically heavy combat seed, if you want to be specific. Looks like the entire seed is combat heavy so far.
Well, level 1 and level 3 are the only levels that we've seen so far.
So that was a heart container behind the Patra, and Random Effect is now in the marked Triforce room thanks to the compass. He will get the level 3 Triforce if he survives this battle. He has to get through a pancake, a bunny, and some gel.
There we go, Random Effect on the board with Triforce number 3. Unos just trailing behind.
Okay, and Random Effect is out of there, back to the beginning. Mr. Cab going back into level 3. Doesn't have the Triforce yet, so he will be looking for that. He does have the compass. You see, just to explain for those who are not familiar, you see that flashing red dot? That represents the Triforce room in any dungeon. So since we're in a Shapes dungeon, and it's shuffled anyway, but since we're in a Shapes dungeon especially, you want to know where that Triforce is if you can get that information. So you know exactly which room to clean out to get the main thing you need to finish the game, which is 8 triangles.
Yep. By the way, Random Effect grabbing the medium secret just north of start, it was 31 rupees, so just a tad over average.
Still acceptable. I would take that. Mr. Cab takes out the pancake, just down to a bunny, and I heard damage.
Well, this heart container here is a Heavy Pull's voice. In logic, you're expected to have the, to kill all those bunnies or have the bow and arrow.
In logic. Now, it doesn't mean the bow is going to be easy to find, just that you can logically find it.
But what it means is that if you're not block clipping, then you're going to have to defeat that entire room full of Pull's voices. And for a heart container, that's just not worth it.
Yo, not at all.
Speaking of heart containers, here's a take any spot along the coast for can't find bombs. With 5 hearts, probably going to check and see, grab one more heart container and then make him way up to the white sword item. And Random Effect has the Triforce out of 1.
Yep, that was level 1, I believe. So he does have 2 Triforces right now. And on our race stream, he's our leader. Of course, there are a number of other racers, maybe about a dozen and a half in the race, and they are all going to be running this race. And whoever you see winning on the stream may not be the winner of the race. So we will keep you updated on the other runners as well tonight.
Random Effect is making his way over to level 6 and the potential Armos item. Also making sure to check the Forgotten spot. It looks like we do not have a candle at the Forgotten spot today, so that's good to know. That Random's going to go check for that Armos item. There's a 50% chance it will be the Armos item. If not, it will tell you which Armos item it will be under. And here, Can't Find Bombs is checking out for the White Sword item. And what do we have here? It is the Step Ladder. Ooh, that's a big one.
Step Ladder is a good find. And Can't Find Bombs, ironically, does have lots of bombs now.
And here, Mr. Cab's coming from the other direction. Did we see if there was anything there at the Armos item?
I did not catch that. I do see Yuno's just found some money. Aside from that, Mr. Cab is heading into level 6, or Region 6, as he calls them on his game today. The seed is generated with another term you can use in place of level. Today, it is Region.
And level 6 is heavy on the Dark Nuts.
Can't Find Bombs finding his blue candle, and Yunos is one of the really good runners we have in this tournament. He's been doing very well in the tournament so far. He is in Region 1 taking on Gleon.
That was a bow.
Yeah, I think that was a bow. Where was that?
That was under the Armos at level 6 in the grave. So now I think Can't Find Bombs is going to check out and see what the coast item is. If it's the silver arrows, then CFB will have this, just needs the raft, just needs the recorder, and he'll have this seed broken wide open.
We saw a quick look at the coast item, but I did not catch what it was, so I may need some help identifying what it was. I thought it might have been an arrow. If so, that would be the silver arrow.
Yeah, here's a, nope, just a staircase, level 5.
Yunos is going to the aforementioned Forgotten spot, so clearly not forgetting about it. Mr. Cab is still working in Region 6, this time finding some red Dark Nuts. They are the slower variety of the Dark Nuts. Not as bad in terms of fighting, obviously, being the slower variety. Still annoying, because you can only stab them in the back. You can't stab them anywhere else.
At least they do drop bombs, though.
Yes, well, you stab them to the side, too. Basically, you can't stab them in front. And bombs will work on them as well.
This isn't level 5, this is level 8.
Oh, that's level 8 that Random Effect is in. Okay.
Sometimes I have a hard time seeing the difference.
We have Dig Dogger at level 8, so hopefully that is not an item room that it's blocking, because there are 2 items found in level 8. They are both in staircases, and one item that is still on the floor.
Hey, Mr. Cab doing a good job against these dark nuts here.
That one on the right, though, is going to have to use a bomb with good timing. He can't get across there without the ladder.
You can actually do a ladder clip into the side there. I've seen it happen. But no, also the bomb gets a key.
By logic, you aren't able to, obviously.
Yeah, by logic, you wouldn't be able to, but that is a trick that I have seen some racers use.
I've seen the ladder clips too. Just by logic, you're expected not to be able to do that. But of course, the dark nut can regenerate inside anyway. What I missed?
Did you see that large secret?
I did not. What was it?
132 rupees.
Ooh, that is a good large secret. That's similar to the one we had last night, actually. We think we had 133 last night. Mr. Cabot in another room of red darkness. Down to 1 heart. Has to be careful here so he doesn't lose his progress in the dungeon so far.
There we go.
He does clear it.
Won't need to worry about trying to push any blocks there. We're only using first quest, rooms.
Random effect uses dongle food. By the way, name that ink blot on level 8.
That looks like a gun of some sort.
That looks like some background to a game of Tetris. You see the T-shaped
Well, what does our resident Tetris expert say?
I am one of the resident Tetris experts. Anyway, moving on.
Oh,
one of,
a fight erupting
one of, not the one of.
Uh-oh. There's a heart container out of 1 for can't find bombs.
Mr. Cab's still looking for something inside level 6. He knows this is in level 2, by the way, and guess what? There are more danger duels there in case level 1 wasn't enough for you, or 3, whichever one they were in. And we have more Dodongos. So level 8, make sure you bring lots of Dodongo food. You're going to need it. Nicely done to get the force bomb drop. So what the random effect is doing there, by the way, just to explain, if you feed him a bomb and you drop another bomb on him very quickly, you can force a bomb drop out of him when he dies. So by slashing him with the sword as well. So that is a way to force a bomb drop.
So you know the old saying, Dodongo dislikes smoke. That's actually quite true. If you can hit Dodongo with the smoke, not necessarily explosion, but just like the smoke around it, then you can stun him.
Exactly.
A lot harder to do. It's usually better to do if you can time it so that you can drop a bomb as he's coming at you.
Indeed. And Mr. Cab going by one of those power bracelet rock locations. Now, a note about the warp roads, they are not randomized either. They are in their vanilla locations. So the power bracelet is actually not a required element in any of the seeds being run in this tournament because those 4 power bracelet spots are all warp road.
And by the way, Unos is in level 2. And Unos does have arrows. I don't know if Unos is going to go back into level 2 or if we have seen anything that's interesting at all.
Well, he did pick up the Triforce. The Ram Effect also picked up a Triforce in level 8. So that's 3 Triforces for each of them. Mr. Cab already has 3. He picked up the level 6 one a moment ago. And Can't Find Bombs is collecting more money.
Mr. Cab is making his way over up to that white sword item, which we know is the step ladder.
And that is not a bad white sword item once you have 6 hearts. Again, it could be 4 or 5, but definitely 6. That's definitely a good stop to pick up.
And it looks like Unos picked up a wand.
Oh, I did not see where that was. Was that a floor drop somewhere?
That must have been a floor drop.
Maybe that was our level 2 floor drop. Yeah, it's marked on the tracker as level 2, so it was on the floor. There are 2 items in level 2 like every other dungeon, like the power bracelet there, but both items do appear on the floor. There are no staircase items in level 2.
Yep. That's the only dungeon in the entire game, both quests, that's unique in that fact. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did I see Can't Find Bombs pass up the silver arrows on the coast?
Or
maybe that was the wand. No, the wand was in 2.
No, the wand was in 2. I thought that was the silver arrows on the coast. I only got one look at it. It was a quick look. It was really quick. I didn't really get a good look at it on the restream, but I thought it was the silver arrows.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too. So if that's the case, I'm wondering what's going on. It's another heart container here in level 5.
And we do need some heart containers, but we don't need all of them. There are 16 hearts you can pick up in the game. Usually 8 is enough for most of our runners, sometimes even less than that. We're going to be most interested, however, in finding the red ring, because that is what will really up the damage-taking ability in the seed. If you get the red ring, your damage will be cut into basically down to a quarter. So you can take 4 times the damage.
We're getting confirmation that the coast item was in fact the raft.
Oh, that was the raft. Okay. Well, we need that, so that's a required stop.
And Bombs is here in level 2, poking around here with these likes.
Meanwhile, Can't Find Bomb is doing his own serving of breakfast. Not sure it's really the breakfast of champions, but we'll take it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard they had a Dodongo breakfast cereal, but it kind of bombed.
Moving on. Yeah, so Can't Find Bombs does get through the likes, comes to the key room that has a couple more pancakes, and gets eaten by like again. Now, the nice thing about being eaten by like, you notice the bunny jumping into him right now. You don't take damage from other enemies as long as you're being sucked on by a pancake.
Yes, I do remember the Zelda breakfast cereal. It was definitely something. Don't think it. I don't think it was available up in Canada, but I do remember one time when I went down to the States that I had some.
I think there was a Mario one too. Actually, I never saw either of them. And
it was actually the same cereal box.
Ah,
that was the gimmick.
I see.
But I mean, I think they basically tasted like Fruit Loops or something.
So Random Effect going to get his very useful step ladder. Now, he does know what's on the coast, so I'm sure he will find an excuse to go to the coast and get that wrapped at some point. He did check that. And he seems to be heading in that direction literally right now. Now, he's screen scoring his way all the way over there. He is getting that wrapped pronto.
Yeah, I think the Legend of Zelda cereal was strawberry banana flavored, which is hilarious because I think one of the items in the cereal was a boomerang.
I'm going to interrupt your cereal discussion. Look at this. Ram Effect doing a backwards trip around the world here, doing a wrap across and then walking back through the wall back into the right side of the world. You rarely see that in reverse. That was very nicely done. And a random smack from a boomerang. And level 2 is being visited by Mr. Cab right now. I don't think he's been here yet, so this will be his first tour there.
I think we just found an any key on Unos' side.
Oh, very nice. So that was in level 5.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was the floor drop then?
Yeah, that was the floor drop. Speaking of which, though, it looks like we are only missing one progression item, and that is the recorder.
Ooh, so if we find a recorder, that will be not no mode for us. We need the silver arrows too to be able to beat the game.
Yeah.
So we still need that too. Red ring would be a nice to have, but not mandatory. Just makes it a lot harder. We're not going to need the book or the boomerang. White sword again would be a nice to have if we don't get the hearts for magical sword. So there are still a few useful items out there that our runners will need to get, or may possibly want to get. And random effect, pet the buddies, and they bit. And random effect comes upon the heart container level 5 and decides he does not need it. He leaves.
At this point in time, I think we've got to check out level 4, because I think level 4 might have the recorder, because that's the only dungeon that they can access that they haven't been able to get into yet.
I did see 3 of our runners buy the blue candle. They can get into level 8 if they choose to. In fact,
we've seen what's in level 8 though.
Yeah, Yunos did clear level 8 though, and it looks like we didn't have a lot of items in there of use that we could see yet. So you may be right. Level 4 looks like we do need to get there.
Now here is a potential item room. It's the silver arrows.
Ooh, very nice.
Arrows in 4. And it's very easy to get to, too, so I don't think any of our racers are going to skip that.
No, he is the only of our 4 featured runners who is in level 4 right now.
Well, everyone's going to catch up eventually, as long as they...
Exactly.
Everybody does have the raft, so...
Yes. Ram Effect did get that on his way to level 5. He just continued up to level 5 because it's more convenient and quicker to go up to level 5 from the raft. Because you can't go that way coming down the mountain. You have to go to the left and come back around through level 1 area. So he took this route. He's going to do level 4 when he goes back to the start, I believe. And he just got the Triforce, so he may be coming shortly at level 4.
Okay, well, we can go down this way. That's good, because we saw a Dig Dogger block.
Ah. And speaking of blocks, oh shoot.
It looks like that Dig Dogger is blocking not very much.
Oh, look at that bomb hole checking. That is nice.
Yes, Yunos did in fact find the bow. The bow was up on Death in the Grave, the Armos item. Are you sure the sprites aren't shuffled?
Sorry?
Oh, I was just reading what the hint said.
Ah.
Surprise sprite shuffle. Nobody likes that. There's the silvers for random effect.
Yeah, sprite shuffle. Why would they do that? I'm kidding. So just exploring where all of our runners are right now. We have Mr. Cab in level 2. We have Yunos and Random Effect in level 4. Random Effect, I think he just picked up the silvers. Yes. So both 2 of our runners do have the silver arrows now. 2 of our runners have yet to go there.
Wow, this is going to be an interesting level. What we're going to see it. Okay, that's a level 4. You know what? I think that's still a snake.
No, I was just gonna say, name that ink blot. That looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah, a little bit. I maintain that second quest level 6 looks like a dinosaur. And it looks like I just saw a book there on random effects side, so that's our floor item. So, yeah, our recorder is not here. Where is it?
And assuming he didn't get Y force, so to speak, into it, he surely did not pick that up because, our runners don't care for literacy. It burns.
Yeah. Nobody wants to stop and read the pamphlets.
No.
And it looks like Can't Find Bombs is down here in level 8. And look at that, we got ourselves a Goma. Now maybe the Goma here has the recorder.
That would be an interesting drop in level 8 for the Goma to have nothing. Ooh, random effect gets tapped by a bunny immediately upon entering that room. Down to 1 heart. Has to be careful. Finds nothing in this room. Gesundheit, if I heard that, by the way.
Now, if I remember correctly, this room here on Bomb side is where the Triforce was.
The Triforce just found by random effect right now in level 4. He has everything from 1 to 5, and we're going to get to hear the classic Aquameta screaming in the overworld map for a while.
Yep, that's one. That is definitely one reason why Triforce is in the original. Oh, keep getting bumped around. It's one of the reasons in the original the bosses never held the Triforces directly. It was always in the next room because things happen when you grab the Triforce in a boss room.
Well, typically you would have had to kill the boss anyway, but still, that
true.
It is true. You don't want to. You don't want to have that chance happen. You have nothing in the room where the Triforce is.
Well, the other thing that happens is that the boss flag actually doesn't set. So if you go back in there, the boss is actually still there.
That's true because you don't leave the room. That is right.
Yeah, you need to leave the room in order to kill a boss. That also works to your advantage, too. If you're ever in a rupee room, you can actually up an A after gaining all the rupees, and they'll actually respawn.
Yes, we've seen our runners do that at times in a tournament, in fact, where if there's a rupee boss right at the front door, they just restart the dungeon repeatedly and collect some rupees for a while.
Yep, that's why it's called the rupee boss, because it literally is like a boss.
It's more hilarious when one collecting a certain one causes the rest to disappear.
Oh, yes, that's right, because in certain levels, like in level 2 and 6, there's something called a ringleader, that when you defeat that one, everything else gets defeated. Exactly. The other fun thing, too, is sometimes the rupees don't spawn in right away, so you just see puffs of smoke. Anyway, here we go. Sorry for the tangent, but Bombs is down here fighting these wall masters, just gets a key.
By the way, we have 2 level 1 maps, so for those who have not already, go ahead and name that ink blot. I have no name for a lot of these ink blots tonight. These are interesting maps. Mr. Cab getting his level 8 Triforce and can't find bombs is fighting some grabby grabs.
Now, if the recorder is here in level 8, that would put Can't Find Bombs kind of ahead in a sense. And nope, there's just a heart container here.
So much for that plan.
Well, I don't know if we saw what the other item in 8 was.
There's actually 3 items in level 8.
Yeah.
Okay, it's being suggested that the level 1 ink blot might be ET in front bicycle basket. I was thinking something along those lines, so I can see that. And Mr. Cobb now going to smartly clear all the enemies from the raft screen before trying to cross, because he intends to come back later.
You know, the item in level 8 could possibly be Dig Dugger blocked.
It is possible. That would mean it cannot be the recorder, though.
But that would also mean, too, that unless it's the red ring, there's really nothing of value.
Exactly.
Because at this point now, we found pretty much all of the items that we ever need to find. I mean, at this rate, everybody's got a candle. The boomerang, not really necessary. Fun to have. The magic boomerang, everyone's going to stay away from that.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Cobb, meanwhile, getting his silver arrows from level 4. Our third runner to do so. Show me your moves.
Now, Unos does have an advantage in the fact that keys are not a problem for him. Here's level 6. Did we see what the items were in 6? You know, I don't think we have.
We don't have any actual items marked for level 6.
They could have both been.
I don't know. They could have both been heart containers. I don't remember if we actually saw a heart container in 6 or not. But Mr. Cab did clear and seems to have left level 6. So leads me to believe there was nothing of interest in there, or he might have been blocked and plans to go back later if he needs to.
Yeah, if there was a block, then that might have been a factor.
And Can't Find Bombs finding another key. So we do have 4 keys for both Random Effect and Can't Find Bombs right now. Mr. Cab on 2 keys. There are Pole's voice everywhere in this sea. It seems every screen I see, every time I look at someone, there's a Pole's voice.
I think they're the dominant enemy.
I think they might be.
Oh, here we found a mugger room. Oh, there we go.
Money's okay.
Yeah, money's okay. I think I just forgot I saw that too there. So it looked like he had like less money than that.
Well, 53 rupees is not that bad. Now, the only thing is that using rupees means that you're, instead of something like keys for the any key, would mean that you're going to have less likelihood of being able to buy the bomb upgrade, depending how if you run into all those muggers and have to go through all of them. But speaking of the bomb upgrade, we don't know anything about that bomb upgrade yet.
It might be around here. Might be around here somewhere. Oh, there's our floor drop. And it is the Nasty Nanner.
In, where? Level 4?
The Boomerang, that's spelled B-O-O.
Yes.
It's the random effect with the Triforce. Out of 6, yes. So now, if we haven't seen the second seller item, then I think level 8 is a complete wash.
I do remember seeing 1 heart in there, if I remember that correctly. So,
yeah, there was definitely at least 1 heart in 8. 6, chat saying that level 6 had the heart container on the floor.
Okay.
So now... Oh, I just realized that Can't Find Bombs is out of bombs.
That seems like a topical name for that scenario.
What was our bomb dropper in this dungeon?
In level 8?
Yeah, in level 8.
I don't think I noticed that. Meanwhile, Mr. Kai going through his Chevy room in level 4. He's working to clear that right now.
Oh, bombs! Almost forgetting that was the floor drop item and almost grabbed it. We almost got wine-anned.
I want to follow up on where Yunos is right now. He's our only runner on stream with 7 Triforces right now. He is working level 6 looking for that recorder right now. At this point, he is completely stalled until he finds that recorder. So I'm going to keep an eye on Yunos here to see if we find that recorder, where that is, because that will be what he needs to progress in this seed.
Yeah, it looks like the recorder is the troll item in this seed.
It is, it looks like.
There's a compass. Doesn't really need that.
Unfortunately, that compass is not going to tell him where the recorder is, but he picks it up anyway. Try the code Justin Bailey.
No.
It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Are you sure?
Nah, it doesn't unlock anything useful. So Yunos is using the wand to fight these darkness. I want to point out another reason the runners don't pick up the book is because some runners, if they don't get the white sword, can then use that wand for close quarters combat. Picking up the book means that every swipe of the wand emits a burst of fire in front of you and makes it, well, not suitable for close quarters combat. So that means that battles would not be fun. Therefore, runners don't get the book.
The knockback's generally not very well accepted.
No.
Dig Dogger hates country.
Too bad, I like it.
Here we go. This might be something. Let's see if this is a something.
Mr. Cap taking a heart from the Take Any Cave. Yunos has told you, show me your moves! We don't have a map for this level 6 yet.
That's interesting. So you can't bomb downwards. I wonder if there's another old man there.
I wonder. Yunos goes ahead and saves out of there.
We haven't seen this room yet. This might be it. This might be our recorder. If it is, then, that means can't find bombs is...
If it is, Yunos heading towards level 8 right
recorder.
now. Yeah, Yunos is heading that way right now.
3 Triforces, but has the ability to get all of them. So Yunos has got to make his way over to level 8, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and he's doing a HUD workaround there.
Ah, look at that. Did you see that? Entered level 8.
Wow.
Wait a minute. You know what that means? That might be possible to get into level 8 without the candle, unless, of course... Well, I guess it can't, because... I don't think you can work that way, because you have to clear the bush away first in order for that to work.
Yeah. So Yunos is going to be able to find the recorder here, and then if he wanted to clear the Doggers, he could, but there would be no reason for him to, so he won't be touching them at all. Random effect doing the HUD clip. He's going to go into level the normal way, though. And he should find his recorder if he digs around here long enough. Recovers his hull first.
So now, here's the thing. We know the recorder is all the way down at the very, very, very bottom right. But Yunos is going to go around and check all of these rooms first.
Yeah.
That's gonna give bombs quite the chance to catch up.
I'm just looking at the inventories for both Ram Effect and Yunos. The only difference in their inventory is that magical key. That magical key, and Yunos is the only runner in R4 who does have that, in fact. So that could play a role, because I'm looking at those key counts again. I see a 4, a 3, and a 4. That will probably not be enough for level 7 and level 9 together. So that magical key in level 5 may come in very handy for Yunos.
On the other hand, though, forced to conserve keys, that might actually take everybody into the most efficient route, whereas Yunos will be able to spend keys willy-nilly and at will, and may deviate far from the course.
You never know. Ganon could be hiding behind 3 consecutive locked doors. You never know what the sea's going to throw at you. And keys are not considered part of the logic. If you have to get the key, you have to buy a key from a shop. You go buy the key from the shop if you can't find any other ones. The seed will not have mercy on you if you don't get the keys that it feels you should have. Nice block clip battling from Random Effect there, and does not take the money off the floor. Goes through the NSU room. Red Moblins, get out of my way! Oh, that was efficient.
This is gonna take Yunos closer to where he needs to go.
Another dig dog, Ram Effect back to the start. Yunos gets mugged, gives up the heart instead of the money. He's keeping in mind there could be a bomb upgrade somewhere, and he wants to take advantage of that.
Well, if anything else, you want to at least keep some money for ammunition for your bow.
That too.
Meanwhile, on Bomb's side, I think this is the Triforce room. Nope.
Now, it's interesting. Random Effect and Mr. Crab both have 10 hearts. If they want to, they could now make a play on the magical sword. But the problem is that they are nowhere near level 6. Both have already finished it, and chances are they're not going to be doing that. But 10 hearts could be enough to pick up the magical sword. For certain, 14 would be.
I don't think anybody's going to want to make a pass at Mags until they have at least maybe 12 or 13 hearts.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because, to go out of your way for that, you want to have a good chance.
Like in the week 4 seeds, because the levels are in their vanilla spots and they're not shuffled, like level 6 is always going to be in that spot near the magical sword. Level 9 is always going to be up on Death Mountain. So in weeks where it's shuffled, it can come in useful to like starting in week 5, that is. When we start shuffling that around again, that can come in very handy, because if level 9 happens to be right in that area, you can make a play on magical sword on the way to level 9, literally. And so even if you have 10 hearts, you'll make the play and see if you can get it. But that is up to runner preference and where they feel they are on the race, if they feel it will help them.
Oh, Yuno's dodging the magic boomerang.
Don't want to touch that scrap metal.
Nope. This is not where you need to be.
That is a transport. He's out of there.
Oh, I hope he, I'm gonna bomb the, nope, not gonna bomb the Dodongos. Probably can just take a loop here.
And Yuno's now battling a flock of keys and leaves. That is a key for random effect. He's up to 7 keys. Keys may not be a problem for him at this point. We will see. Other runners are down to 2 and 1, respectively.
Interesting. So it looks like Can't Find Bombs didn't go straight down and find those silver arrows. That might be problematic.
That would be.
Yeah. But you know what, though? He's probably... Did he pick up... No, he doesn't. He couldn't have picked up silvers, because you can clearly see he's using wooden arrows. Now, You know what? I have a feeling that it's probably better off to come back in, than to dig level... Well, it's got so much more... Oh, he sees the book. He's going to book it.
Yeah, he's going to book it out of there.
Because poor literacy is cool. That's cool spelled with a K and an E and a W.
Exactly. Who needs proper literacy?
Yeah, you all get an internet cookie if you know what show that's from.
I don't get a cookie then. Yunos is on his way to level 7, so he did find the recorder room in level 8, which is where that was, and is going to be our first runner into level 7, as he is... Can't Find Bombs has not gone that direction yet, so this will be our first look at level 7, and once Yunos is on level 7, he's on his way to level 9.
Alright, well, Bombs now has the arrows.
He had arrows. You mean the silver arrows?
Yeah. Well, the arrows that matter.
Yes, the correct arrows. So now he's going to want to finish the level and that Triforce and get out of there. Meanwhile, we have Random Effect and Mr. Cabo sitting on 6 Triforce. We show Random Effect, or we show Can't Find Bombs at 3 Triforces. This would be his 4th one when he gets to it. He does know where it is. It's in the tail of the dinosaur. And Random Effect finishes his healing.
Well, everybody name that tune.
I'm not sure.
You're not?
I don't know Kid Icarus. Everyone in chat
Yeah,
says Kid
but
Icarus.
where in Kid Icarus? Hey? Name the exact location that track is played.
Jiggly's saying this, testing you, chat. I don't know Kid Icarus. I'll stay out of it. We have a call for first level.
Yep, that's right.
And for that, we have a prize. No, we don't have a prize. Sorry.
The prize is this level 7 right here, which actually kind of looks like Medusa's hair.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Pepto-Bismol.
Or a sea anemone.
Yeah.
This is level... Oh boy, who did your hair?
Pepto-Bismol with lava. That is what it looks like to me.
Well, isn't that usually the reason why you end up using Pepto-Bismol?
Pretty much.
And we've got Patras. We've got Expando Patronum over here on Unos' side.
We also have a bevy of Wizrobes as our tracker, It's Oasis, is pointing out in chat. We have a lot of Wizrobes level 7 as well.
Yeah, this is a level nope.
Yeah, this is what another commentator, LZ Cardiff fan, refers to as 33 rooms of pure whatever you want it to be. In this case, it's 33 rooms of pure nope.
But at least it doesn't have a required item, except that's probably where a red ring is.
Yeah, this is probably the red ring because no one's going to come upon it if the Triforce is found quickly.
Unos doesn't need no red ring.
Who needs a red ring? Just visit fairies.
And there's the Triforce, so Unos is now able to enter level 9.
And there's the Kid Icarus theme once again. So Unos is on his way to level 9. We'll talk about that in a moment, just covering where the other runners are right now. Mr. Cab is in level 8, and he is looking for that recorder himself, our last runner to find the recorder. Everyone else is in level 7 except for Unos, who just completed it. So I'm actually wondering if Random Effect did get that 8th Triforce and we missed it. Did we miss that on his tracker? Or does he still need to get that as well?
Yeah, good question. He's in level 9, so he's been in level 8. And you wouldn't...
He's in level 7. He's been level 7.
Yeah, but he's been in level 8.
Yes.
So why would you know what? It's probably likely he's got that 8th Triforce, because, because it's not like that recorder was really close to the entrance or anything like that. You really had to dig in order to find it. So you'd most likely have that Triforce piece.
Well, we'll get a confirmation in just a second here. It's lit up for now because we think he has it, but we're going to get a confirmation if he heads to level 9, if that is the case. Speaking of, it's coming close to level 9 now, so we will explain. I don't know if we have his audio, but if we don't, we'll just explain.
We do not have Unos' audio.
Okay, so we'll explain what he is looking for. He is looking for the sound of a roaring pig, which will be heard either north, south, east, or west of where he is at that moment. Can be masked by a boss in the room, so you have to be careful about that. But if you hear that pig from 2 different rooms, you can narrow down exactly... Ooh, hello! You can narrow down exactly what room Ganon is in if you hear it from 2 different rooms. Then you just have to find him and find the entrance to the room, kill it, and go find the girl. Speaking of the girl...
Oh, here's an instant Ganon right away.
Yeah, we don't need to really talk about that anymore because you already found Zelda in his case, so, or whatever that is. So, Unos is going to kill whatever that is, and once he kills whatever that is, we'll talk about the other half of that.
Ooh, looks like Unos has the stun lock.
He does, and once Unos gets the stun lock, he doesn't let it go. There it is. Go. So we have goo?
Royal jelly.
Yeah.
I believe that's the term.
Yeah. Or goo, whatever. Anyway, Unos is now going to be looking for a shutter door that is opened immediately upon getting into the room that you're in. So if there's a shutter door that opens, there are enemies in the room. Like that shutter door is not open. He knows Zelda is not there.
Random effect getting Ganon hugged.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Now, so because no one... Sorry.
I was going to say, if Unos finds that shutter door, it opens and there are enemies in the room, then he knows that that's where the girl is. Just go in there and collect the girl. Or whoever he rescues. So yeah, Ganon is 2 rooms away from the entrance. That is a very close Ganon, as you said. So once again, here's Ganon. That arrow did not work. This is not a fun room to fight Ganon. There's only one of these rooms in the entire game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And Ganon chose that as his room.
Actually, there's a few. There's
one
in level 5 and in one in level 6.
Oh, I'm thinking of another room.
I think there might be several in level 9 as well.
I'm thinking of another room then. My mistake.
Yeah, you're thinking of the H-Mote room that's in Second Quest level 6. Yeah. But I don't think Ganon will ever be in that room.
Yeah, but this is what I was trying to get at. Is this is not a fun room to have to fight Ganon in, because those you have to stun lock there, and you saw Unos get the stun lock, but it can be very tricky to get in position for that stun lock. So it looks like Random Effect almost had it. He got an extra hit, and took another death. Meanwhile, we better keep an eye on him because he is looking for the girl or his captive right now. That door did not open. That is not where she is. And the money is not worth it right now. Now, this is a double shutter room. That will never have the girl behind it unless it's Ganon's room.
Yeah. Well, how it works is that particular shutter is tied to the event that, that happens when you defeat Ganon. So if you had two shutters in a room that opened when you defeated Ganon, then both of them. But if you did that, then that would just create all sorts of problems.
Exactly.
But if that is in Ganon's room, then that's not a problem because he can just go through. And there's even been a few cases where, that Zelda's actually in a room that isn't protected by a shutter door, but the door that leads to that room is. So you can actually have like a single path with. But that's only if I believe that's only if Ganon's protecting it, though.
There can be some very interesting scenarios, that is for sure. So Yunos has gone back to the beginning, is going to try a different path this time around. What he's trying to do is he's trying to explore the level in the most efficient way possible to check as much of the level as he can without going into some of the rooms if he can help it. He's looking for some bomb holes right now. Unfortunately, he lost that game of find that bomb hole. And Mr. Random Effect is now going to level 9. I think he must not have had the Triforce before because he seems to have diverted on his way up here. But he is in there now, and he is going in. He's going to find... Oh, no, he was here before. He was, because he was fighting Ganon and took a couple of deaths. So he wanted the heart refill this time around, and he's going to try and do it with full health.
Yeah, that's usually the best. If you could get a potion, you could... Well, he's got a potion, so...
Yeah, he got one now.
Yeah.
It's back to the beginning again.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, Yunos might want to start checking the staircases.
Yeah, he might need to at this point. I would be curious to see how much of the map he's explored so far. We don't have a map yet, so
there
we
we
can't
go.
see
Random
what the map
effect
looks like.
with a nice stun lock.
Very nice stun lock. We have bacon.
We do indeed. So now the big question is, what's Random going to do that Yunos isn't going to try and do?
Or will he just...
That's the only way that Random is going to beat Yunos is by doing something wild and crazy.
He has to find an area that Yunos has not been to yet and find the girl there in order to beat him. That's really what it comes down to.
Speaking of girl, there it is.
We have a girl.
Right there.
Have a girl. So that is a GG. In this case, it is Ganon, yes. So that is a GG, and we are going to get Yunos' time here and figure out whether he also won the race or not. So I'm going to... I was going to give a dramatic pause here. But you jumped ahead of me.
Yeah.
Yes, he did finish in first place with an official SRL time of 53 minutes and 9 seconds. So get your GGs in chat for him. So no surprise, Yunos winning a race that he has entered. He is one of our... Having a health refill here. He is one of our top runners in this community. Definitely is a feared opponent in the randomizer. Looks like Yunos will join us in a minute here. In the meantime, while we're doing this, I want to remind you, make sure to come back for the weekly race next week, because next week we're going to take the shapes and mix it everything else we'll be doing in this tournament so far. We're going to have randomized dungeons, randomized enemy HP. It's going to be everything mashed up together. Not as crazy as some of our past tournaments, but still crazy from a beginner-friendly perspective. So this will be that will be a week you probably do not want to miss, as we're going to preview the hardest flag in the tournament, which, again, not as bad, but still difficult from a beginner-friendly perspective.
Yeah. The only way it could get any worse is if you shuffled in second quest rooms and a second quest overworld. But then at that point, you'd be playing the flags that I enjoy playing on.
There you go. So Random Effect is looking around. I didn't catch what room the kidnapped was in, but I think it was somewhere near the beginning, if I remember correctly.
And there we go. Mr. Cab has found the breadstick. An all-important chat recorder. Unlimited stick.
The musical breadstick. And he's going in the opposite direction. He apparently wants to get a potion from the Take Any cave over here. That seems to be where he's heading. Do you like fish sticks? No, I prefer fish fillets, but thank you. Ooh, that was a nice Dark Knight hit from Random Effect there. And it looks like Yunos is with us in chat. GG.
Thank you.
So what were your thoughts on our Week 4 preview seed?
Well, it was shapes, all right. You know, early preview, I guess. We got a whole week of Week 3 left.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We are doing the previews literally the day that the previous week begins. So, not at that point in the tournament yet, but we will be getting it in a week. So, definitely a nice preview of the Shapes format tonight.
Mr. Cab picked up the magic sword. With 14 hearts, that was a guarantee.
So the troll item in this seed was obviously the recorder, which Mr. Cab was our last one to find just a moment ago. Did you find any kind of difficulty looking for the recorder in that seed?
No difficulty once I left 6 and then got a bombs to find my way to the recorder. No.
Campfire Bombs just got his Triforce out of level 7, so he has just level 3 and level 5 to go. Mr. Crab entering level 7 for the first time. Random Effect still looking for the kidnapped. Random Effect is taking staircases now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think we saw that level 7 map yet. Name that ink plot.
Yeah, we saw level 7's ink plot.
I didn't see it. Okay.
I was making we went straight from the Kid Icarus, and I was making Medusa jokes. Because you see the different parts that look like the spikes of the the snakes. It was like a really good segue, and you just didn't understand it.
I didn't even realize you were looking at the map then. Oh, Campfire Bombs is actually in level 9. He has the 3 and 5 Triforces. We must have all missed those getting picked up. So for the last time, here's... Well, not the last time, but here's Ganon.
This is Ganon number 3. That was Ganon number 3.
Yeah. He noticed, by the way, he stopped and picked up Magical Sword along the way. He had 14 hearts, so he decided that's a guaranteed Magical Sword. I'm going to speed up my combat.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. I know my combat is absolutely horrendous.
Mr. Cab, by the way, has the same Magical Sword right now. He picked that up as he was going to level 7. Oh, that is an interesting map exploration so far. There's still some rooms on the extreme right I wonder if Random Effect has not gotten to yet, or whether he just couldn't find a way to them. I didn't actually see which room the Triforce was in. Do you know which, like approximately where on the map the Triforce was located? Is he still with us?
Nope.
Oh, he's already left us. That was quick. Well, GG to you. He was our winner of the race tonight. Let's catch up the additional. Oh, we have a Random Effect also finishing right now. And I was just going to catch up the finishers, but we'll add him to that. He was our 5th place finisher with a time of 1 hour, 20 minutes even. We did have 3 other sub hours. Captain Green came in 2nd place with a 57.35. Shaddy with a 57.47 in 3rd. And in 4th place, Sis Crush with a 59.42, just sniping 4th place by about 28 seconds. So 38 seconds. Get your GGs in chat. And I already see his comment in chat, that was painful. So we'll have to ask him why that was painful if he chooses to join us. So in the meantime, we do have Can't Find Bombs also going to be looking around level 9. He did pick up that magical key, by the way, so he does have that now in his inventory. I do see that A on his keys. So keys will not be a problem for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I do see Ram FX is in here with us. GG.
Hey, thanks.
So I saw your comment in the SRL channel, quote, "That was painful," end quote. Explain.
9 deaths. That's pretty large for me on a non one-hit KO seed. Yeah, I just I never got a lot of good offense. Red wooden sword and only 10 hearts, I guess. Not too good. And then the Ganon spawns in that room were really terrible. He was moving around really poorly, and I think when I died to him 3 times. 2 of those, I believe, he spawned on the opposite side of the room, which makes it really hard in that room. The moat room itself is that moat room right there. That one and the double river where it has it on the second tile on the top and the bottom. Those 2 rooms are the worst to fight Ganon in, the absolute worst. And it's because I want to line up right on that tile. That's how I fight Ganon, and I can't move because of the water. And so I always do really poorly in that room. Other than that, level 8 was just atrocious, and it held the recorder. I died on the overworld I just 9 deaths. Like, it's just really, it was a heavy combat seed without much offense. I don't even know where the red ring or the white sword were. I mean, I only left items in 7, 1 and 5, 2 and 7, and 2 and 9. So had to be there.
Well, the 1 and 5 was the magic key.
Yeah, the magic key was level 5.
Okay, all right.
And I can tell you this: we don't know where the red ring is. We don't know where the white sword is.
Okay, so they're either in 7 or 9. I'm assuming that most people did 7 last, where therefore they're not finding items in 7. So, yeah.
That recorder was very deep in level 8, I believe. I remember that was very deep. So
it was the last 2 rooms I checked.
I'm sure it got last location by a lot, or it will get last location if not already by a lot of people, which would not be surprising at all.
Yeah, I should have I almost grabbed the Triforce and left from 8, and I really should have done that and then come back when I got those arrows. But I spent too much time in 8 the first time trying to get places and got stuck twice. What did I do? Level 9 was just a little painful. I just went some of the wrong directions and died too many times. Running out of bombs just north of Zelda, that felt great. Just lots of good stuff in the seed.
And it looks like Can't Find Bombs is going to collect his own kidnapped character, and he is also finished. Let's catch up the other finishers while we're at it here. There we are. And actually, that was our next finisher. Can't Find Bombs in 6th place, right behind Random Effect, with a time of 1:04.43. Get your GGs in chat for him. So we are following Mr. Cab in level 2 right now. We see that was not a miss mark. We do still need to get the level 2 Triforce for him. He is still missing that. And then he will get to have his instant Ganon and not so instant kidnapped.
It was a quick Triforce in 2, so...
Yep, so he now has all of his Triforces.
CFB.
I didn't catch that, sorry.
I was saying CFB, Can't Find Bombs, GG.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he's with us then. GG.
CFB, GG.
CFB, GG.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on that, let's say, very hard to find recorder troll seed?
You're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we don't hear you.
Push to talk helps.
There we go.
Hi, GG, everybody who finished already. I haven't caught up on the restream yet because there's a very long ad playing. Wow, we had some good folks on the restream. GG Random Effect. You notice, I don't know if you're here, GG as well.
So how many times did you die?
Not quite. Almost as many as I died in the vanilla race before. That was brutal.
Oh, then it's not as many as me.
Really?
I died 9 times in this seed.
I died 12 times.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I only died 3 times more than you. I'm pretty proud of the way this went, just in terms of how long it took. There was
a good time.
6th place in a crowd like that is very strong for me.
And with that, Mr. Cab has taken down Ganon.
Yeah, Ganon was easy to find. Zelda not so much.
That was an insta Ganon seed, without question. You couldn't really miss Ganon in this one.
No, you absolutely couldn't.
I don't know if anyone else heard that, but yeah, that sounded like a Mega Man sound effect.
The recorder? What was it?
No, not the recorder, but when Ganon was defeated.
Oh, okay.
It sounded like the boss's health was filling up.
Oh.
Or actually, no. Well, it's probably the same one as the Dr. Wily Castle. So I think they're both the same sound effect.
Oh, Mr. Cobb does not have the any key. He's holding on 7 keys right now. Should be fine, I assume. I don't think I saw too many locked doors along the way, but that's got to be worrying.
There were a few, but there's some keys on the way as well in 9. I ended with like 6 or 7, and I went in with about that amount. But I did use a few, so
yeah, I found the any key by accident.
That would have been nice.
Okay, so I guess that was just a mistake. It was just his stream notification. Now we can all bug Fred for custom sound effects in Zelda.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Anyway, I need to hop off. I got to get some dinner in me. So thank you so much for the restream. Yeah, brutal. I'd say one of the more brutal seeds for this type of flag set. It was very... I feel like it was pretty difficult combat. And if you right ordered it, just like anything, you know, you're going to do well. But lots of bunnies, lots of dangerous stuff in the overworld, and a pretty gnarly 9 to boot. So good stuff. So thank you for the restream. Thanks for the commentary. GG, CFB. I'll see you in a few.
And GG Ram, in fact, good luck in your tournament races this week as well, whatever you race this week.
Thank you.
So that was Ram Effect, I believe, leaving, and he was our 5th place finisher again tonight. We still have Can't Find Bombs with us, who's our 6th place finisher tonight. And we still have a runner on the stream who is Mr. Cab, is still Mr. Cab, and is going to eventually be a finisher tonight.
So how did the pros play this better? And you know, what did they do better than I did? Probably just had better combat and died less.
It's kind of hard to say. I was noticing Unos did finish the Triforces very, very efficiently. And he did go to level 6 before going back to level 8 himself. So he was still clearing out level 6 after getting the Triforce. So that was one place where you could possibly get some time back, not if you went and dug level 8 first. But with that recorder as deep as it was, even digging level 8, you would consider, you know what, I'll come back later. I've already got 2 items. So it would not be surprising to see a lot of people miss that recorder earlier. I'm not sure if they're, other than doing a full dig of level 8, there's not really a lot I think that could be done. What do you think, Jiggly Saint?
Yeah, in that particular case, it would just be like whoever tries digging out level 8. But yeah, I mean, Bombs was the first one to find the recorder. So Unos definitely had a advantage in terms of finding a lot more Triforces earlier.
Yes.
Well, especially, you only needed that recorder for one thing, and it looks like Mr. Cat picked up the magic boomerang.
Oops.
Whoops. Yeah, I accidentally almost picked it up a couple times in 8. It was in a very annoying spot in the middle of the floor.
It was trying so hard.
Yeah, Unos did some dancing around it, we noticed. So that was notable.
I'm still waiting for that one seed where, there's a required corridor staircase, and the item that's sitting right in front of it is the magic boomerang. You absolutely must take the boomerang in order to get past to the Triforce.
I saw that with a book once. It was in the Aquamentus room, and it was a floor drop, and you needed to get through there to get the Triforce out of one of the levels.
Oh,
that
man.
was pretty funny.
Required
that was actually when I learned how to do low percent strats. I think there was an Aquamentus in there too. That was when I learned how to do low percent strats and not get it, because it was... I had the wand and I needed the wand because it was pretty combat heavy.
Well, that is definitely a scene where I would say get happy with flinging fire around.
Hey, there's your bait block.
Yeah, that was the fish sticks. We saw that earlier.
Oh, that's why you were saying it.
Yep.
So, generally speaking, if anyone says anything that sounds absolutely ridiculous, it's probably because they saw something on stream, and they're just repeating it or just saying it, and it's like, wait, why? What? So the other commentator isn't paying attention.
I think Mr. Cab's got enough keys to finish.
Randomizer, in my day, we knew where things were, and that's okay.
The old man being an old man.
Yeah, he doesn't understand the concept.
Looks like Mr. Cab bought the blue ring, too. Did anybody see the red ring?
No
clue. No clue.
Probably deep in 7.
Or it's in 9.
Could be in 9.
I was in go mode super early. I found the any key while I was already in go mode. And I was kind of hoping I would stumble on either the any key or the red ring or both, but I was just trying to fly through the levels because Unos was done already, and I knew I was combat blocked in 7, but other than that, I had a clear path forward.
Well, Mr. Cab playing Find That Bomb Hole after clearing out Dig Dog, or finding that room was a colossal waste of time.
I was going to say, I don't think that's what they mean by digging level 9.
No.
Yeah, if he goes back to the left, he'll find the compass eventually.
Well, we're in a Triforce room infested with darkness right now.
Yeah, at least they're squishy.
Yeah, squishy.
How much was the magical sword?
We don't know. The 2 runners who have it had 14 hearts, I think, when they got it.
I think they only had 12.
Oh, did they have 12?
I made a play on it earlier than I usually do.
Oh, and you had 12?
Yeah, I think I had 12 because I ended with 14. Oh, there's the red candle.
Yep, we know red candle was one of the items in 9. Quick peek at the channel about additional finishers here. Chess Jerk in 7th with a 106.22, and in 8th place, Amazing Toast with a 109.16. So get your GGs in chat for them. I see Amazing Toaster in the Twitch chat as well. Speaking of him.
I definitely had 12 when I got the magical sword because I went for it on the way to 6 and I got it. And if I hadn't gotten it, I was going to dig 6 for more heart containers because I knew I wasn't going to get. I knew in order to get through level 7, I was going to need something, either the magical sword or I was going to have to head up to the northeast and get the letter so I could get a potion. But I really didn't want to do that because it takes forever. That Patra in the fireball room, not my favorite part of the seed.
No. Anything with Patras and blue whiz robes, no thank you. So Mr. Cobb deciding he has to push the block and open the door. And another choice of paths.
Oh, he found the compass. So he's just looking for that magical staircase.
I think he was here already too. He's already been through this room.
Yeah, we definitely saw this one a few minutes ago. I wonder if he's marked as 9. If he's tracking 9.
It looked like there was that area on the right that was completely blocked off from the rest of the dungeon. You had to use, I guess you had to use the staircase to get over there.
Yeah, I don't have it marked on my map, but there was a magical staircase not that far from where you came out after that first one. Or actually, you bombed up from that first one, and there were a couple other staircases in that immediate area, and one of them led to the princess. Or the prince in his case.
Mr. Cobb, very close to death there, was down to 1 heart, now has just picked up another one, so he's down to 2 now. Waiting for his sword to come back from the bubble. Back down to 1. So we get to hear the beep, beep, beep.
Those dark nets are being skimpy with the drops.
They're being very mean. There's a staircase. He's not using that one. I think that he already checked that one.
Yeah, I think that was the candle.
I think it was, yeah.
Ooh!
And those whiz robes are back, and that is death.
Snipe robes. Sniper robes.
You'd think with all the other hard combat in this seed, they could have at least given us a reasonable enemy set in 9. I think I died a couple times in 9.
Meanwhile, Dr. J PhD came in 9th place, speaking of 9, with a 136.03. Or 116.03, sorry, 116.03. 136 will be far away from now.
So everybody can go ahead and blame me for this one.
Too bad this wasn't a tournament race. This actually probably would have been my best Z-score so far.
Did you roll this, Jiggly Saint?
Yes.
So you're to blame. Oh, look at that.
I remember this troll. This was terrible.
Wow. Wow. That staircase comes out right above the kidnapping. You can't get in there. Mr. Cobb's like, do I really have to walk
and look,
around?
there's Zelda's room.
Wow.
Oh, the game knows.
The game knows what you want.
You can't get there from here. I remember that staircase. I think I said a couple bad words and was glad my mic was muted.
Oh, but you can't go this way.
Look,
you go down?
Is there a bomb down? You were able to go right into the room, I believe. So if you can bomb down, you're there.
Oh, yeah, you can bomb down. Oh, I hope he finds it. Yeah, I think you can bomb down from those.
He's going to use the stair instead.
Oh, guess what? We found
there's our right. It's our white sword.
Oh, white sword.
Why not? Pick it up. Just pick it up. Complete the collection.
Swords, everybody.
I always wondered what would happen if you got the white sword if you already had the magical sword.
I think that was a scientific experiment. I think he wanted to know that too.
Oh no! Everything.
Down.
Absolutely, yeah. No, you can't downgrade anything. Basically, the sword value is incremental.
Yeah.
Yes, he did it.
He found the bomb. There is the shutter. The girl will be found momentarily. And to get your GGs in chat for Mr. Cab, who does make it in time for 10th place with a 1:19:39 official SRL time. Get your GGs in chat, and we will see if he wants to talk to us about this.
Oh, he was able to bonk the fire. I had a half a heart in there. I was trying. I was sure I was going to walk into the fire and die.
Yeah, I've actually seen that before. You take that last point of damage on the fire right in front of the girl. It's like, no.
I did that in a vanilla run once.
I'm sure most kids, after defeating Ganon for the first time, walked into the fire, and that was that.
Yeah.
What do you mean I have to swipe at the fire in order to save the princess?
You just rush into the room, you're like, the girl's got to be in here. What?
Well, at least Ganon guarded the princess a little better.
Yeah, he was at the beginning of the dungeon today. And speaking of our finishers here, Mr. Cobb is in the chat with us. GG.
Thank you. GG to everybody else.
So that was a little bit of a painful scene, wasn't it?
It started so well. And then you just hit this wall of blue Wizrobes, and level 8 decided to be fun.
I think you got cut off, sorry.
Oh, level 8 just decided to be fun. It started so well. Everything started out so nice, and then we got that.
Yeah. And the thing that did not really help that scene was the recorder being buried so deep in level 8. You were our last restreamer to pick it up. What was your process of thought behind looking for the recorder?
I mean, I knew I only had one. I think I only had one item out of level 1, so I went there first. I mean, once I was halfway done with the dungeons, I kind of knew, okay, I need to really find this thing. And then we got to that, the usual point. There's 3 items in level 8. It's the place to go and dig them out. Even when I was down to just 1, it's like, I've got to get past that mugger, because the way this kind of works, it can't be in 7, so it's got to be in 8.
Yeah, 8. I mean, 8 I don't remember being that terrible combat-wise, because I was in there pretty early, but it was, level 8's always big. And yeah, it was, I was thinking I'm wasting way too much time doing this, and I was sure I was going to find, like, the blue boomerang down there, but then I found the blue boomerang as a floor drop, and I'm like, I've got to find this item.
I got Y boomerang.
I figured it was,
I'm sorry, TGE.
I figured it was going to be useless, and then I found it, and I was pretty happy about that.
The recorder was actually blocked by the mugger, though, wasn't it? Was there any way around?
I'm pretty sure it was. I think I was bomb blocked as well for a while, and I kept killing blue moblins, and I couldn't get any bombs, and finally I found some.
And by that point in the seed, too, like, I knew I was not... I didn't know where the white sword was, and it turned out to be a good call, because I found it in 9. I kind of knew I had 13 hearts. I didn't want to give up a heart. I was going to get the magical sword at that point.
Well, it was life or money, and it wasn't that much money. It was like 53 rupees or something.
Still more than I had the first time I went there.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, I always try to keep my money up when I'm going into levels, because I want bomb upgrades.
Yeah, I think I had just paid for the bomb upgrade in 1.
And also, I had arrows pretty early on, and I knew I was going to want a lot of money for those.
And I think as soon as I did get that out of 8, or no, I got it on the way back into 8, I think. No, it was after 7 by the time I had the recorder, and then I just went and got the blue ring, because I knew I was going to be dealing with blue Wizrobes very soon, and I was already just in pain.
Yeah, I probably should have bought the blue ring, given the number of times I died in the overworld. I don't know if I've ever bought the blue ring. Because I'm always afraid I'm going to find the red ring right after. And nobody found the red ring. I guess it was in 7.
It must have been in 7. I'm missing a floor item out of 5 and a second floor item out of 2. Otherwise, it's the 7 item.
Floor item in 5 was... The floor item in 2 was the power bracelet that you were missing, and the floor item in 5 was the any key.
I have the power bracelet out of 2. I didn't get the key in 5, though.
Well, the other item in 2 was the silvers, which I'm assuming you had since... Oh, actually, did I mismark my map?
I have the silvers out of 4.
You're right, silvers are in 4. I mismarked my tracker. I don't know, probably a heart container.
Yeah, I I would guess it's 7. 9. I found both items in 9. Yay. I earned that white sword.
Yeah, we were wondering what you were going to do with that when you saw it. I would have bombed it.
No, I earned that. I'm keeping it.
Fair enough.
Completing the sword collection. Why not?
Everything else was... it was right up until you need to find the recorder. This was smooth sailing for a while. It felt good.
Yeah, I mean, if you did all the free item exploration early, you get the ladder, the bow, and then the ladder leads to the raft, and you're like, oh, this is going to be a jet seed. And
yeah,
then,
that's what I was kind of afraid of at first. And then, where's the last one?
yeah, well, and then I was low on keys for a while. This combat was atrocious.
I mean, I forget which dungeon it was. I walked in and found a blue lagoon. It might have been 2. On 2 was full of danger noodles. That was painful. That's the other point where I think I said I need defense.
Oh, yeah, that danger noodle room in 2, I died in there a couple of times, and then I finally just started standing in the door and firing arrows.
The beginning of 7 was me doing laps between 7 and the ferry, because by then I had like 13 hearts almost then. I forget. I don't think I had the magical sword yet. No, I did. I did. That Patra was just... I couldn't take it with only 3 hearts and no defense.
Yeah, the Patra in the fireball room. It would have been fine if it were just a Patra. I took out a couple of Patras on 3 hearts with a wood sword, but with the fireballs, no. And an Expando Patra. If that
Every
wasn't bad
time I
enough.
went in that room, it came for me too.
Yeah, I noped out and I went and made a play for the magical sword, and then I got it, and then I went to 6 and cleared that out, and then I went back to 7. 7 was the last Triforce I picked up.
2 was the last one I got, just because I was looking for the recorder, and I knew in the back of my mind I've got to go back to 2, but I was just so busy with the rest of it.
Yeah, GG. That level 9 wasn't fun either. It looks like you we were all hoping you were going to bomb down out of that stairway once you found it, or bomb left out of that stairway rather. That one that was right above Zelda's room, and you can't bomb down because you can't bomb into Zelda's room.
Yeah, I put the bomb there anyway because I'm like, maybe the seed's broken today. Nope.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Still works. When I first went left, I just completely forgot to even think about bombing down. I was already kind of mentally prepared to dig out the whole dungeon looking for a different magical staircase.
Yeah, we were.
I'm glad I thought to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun one. I gotta pop off and go to sleep. But GG to everybody who ran the race. Thanks to Speed Gaming for host. It was Cyclone and Jiggly State for commentary. I'm not sure who was tracking, but thanks to...
I think Oasis was doing our tracking today. It's Oasis.
Oh, good. Thanks for that. And restreaming. Wow, double duty tonight. And yeah, that was a fun one. I'm glad I got to play it. Sorry I died so many times for anybody who was watching.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Sometimes the seed in the combat can be horrible, and we saw our share of deaths from several runners tonight. So definitely not a problem at all. Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah, I mean that was. I'm surprised I finished as high in the standings as I did.
Everything you just said. Thanks, everybody.
And I just want to remind you again, make sure, and I'm going to take that as your final thoughts. So thank you for running, and GD to both of you. Good luck in all of your races this week. Of course, this week is week 3. We'll talk about the schedule in just a moment for the tournament. But I just want to say, first of all, make sure that you follow these runners. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, by the way, the names are exactly as you see them on the screen, except for Unos, who is found at UnosXX. Just type twitch.tv followed by the name of the person you're looking for. You can follow any of those runners here on Twitch and catch when they're live and chat with them while they're doing their runs off, especially the ones that are not in tournament races. Sometimes they won't be able to chat in tournament races if we're using their audio, but they will be happy to have you watching them and taking part in their community. So make sure you check them out. And with that said, make sure you follow Oasis under It's Oasis as well. He was our tracker tonight. My co-commentator Jiggly saying I'm Cyclone or Cyclone GU. Just want to make sure you also keep an eye on our schedule here because I want to talk about what's going on right now live on the Twitch end. We do have a Metroid Prime race that just started over on Speed Gaming 2. We're probably going to host into that in just a moment on the live end. If you are watching on YouTube on our playlist, you'll see the next weekly race following in the order here. And Metroid Prime will be a different playlist, but on the live end, we will host into that. And Metroid Prime will be going for at least a few hours, because again, that just started. So check that out. Tomorrow we have more Metroid Prime starting at 10 o'clock, and some new Super Mario Brothers Wii, some Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer. But more importantly, let's talk about the tournament schedule. Coming up in this in the tournament, this again was the preview race for Week 4, but we are on Week 3. The next 2 races on the schedule are at, basically midnight Eastern time, so 23:59 on August 28th. That's basically midnight Eastern time tomorrow. And wait, I'm reading the schedule wrong. Sorry, I'm looking at old dates on the schedule. Let's try that again. The next date on the schedule is still 23:59 into September 2nd. So that is still tomorrow. So that'll be tomorrow at midnight. And then after that, the next race will be on Randomania. That one is September 3rd at 7 o'clock. So the first of those will be somewhere on Speed Gaming, not yet assigned. The second one will be on Randomania. And then there are other races going all the way through the 7th. The 7th, of course, there are 2 races to finish up the week. There you go. That 8 races in week 7. You can check all those out. So we look forward to seeing you at midnight tomorrow for the next race in the tournament. Jiggly Saint, you have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Nope. Looking forward to next week. Looking forward to the week after that. This tournament's going pretty strong. Glad to see it, going the way it is.
Indeed. And keep in mind, these qualifiers will be going for 3 more weeks. Again, this is week 3. We have week 4, which is based on what we had tonight. Then we have week 5, which basically mixes all the different plays together, and that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the tournament. So once we have the week 5 qualifiers, then you're going to start seeing a lot more Zelda on both Randomania and Speed Gaming, because we're going to get down to the brackets and we're going to start eliminating people. So enjoy these qualifiers while you have the chance to see some 4-way Zelda. We're going to start seeing some one-on-one matchups very soon. And I look forward to those. Those are where it gets most exciting. So I want to say thank you to everyone in chat. Make sure you follow Randomania 2 through 4 as well, since we do have races going on there for the tournament. But more importantly, follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6 to make sure that you catch everything going on here at Speed Gaming, and keep up to date on everything that is happening. Watch all the other events I was talking about, plus more that are going to be starting soon as well this coming month. So keep an eye out for all the events happening here. One last note, thank you, chat, for watching as well. If it wasn't for you, we would just be pretty much talking to ourselves. So thank you for watching us talk to ourselves, and have yourself a great night. Jiggly Saint, go ahead and take us home. Just good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
What he said.